Greetings internet and happy Sunday. I've been getting this video ready to go up, but the bit that I'd saved, or the whole video that I'd saved, didn't have an introduction, but I know that I filmed one, so I don't really know what's happened. So this is my introduction to this video. I'm talking about clubbing and like how to stay safe and how to have fun. You know how to have fun at a club, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
So, arguably, getting ready to go out to go to a club, or like just to go out in general, is arguably the best thing, or the most... It's kind of like the calm before the crazy storm. And I really enjoy like getting ready to go out because I always like feel nice putting a dress on or whatever I'm wearing. I always feel nice putting it on. I feel nice doing my makeup, and it's kind of like it gives you a second. It gives you a moment just to sit down. Like, right, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna have a great time. But now I'm just gonna like take a minute and just sit and relax. So whenever I go out or I'm getting ready to go out, I will always have a glass of something. Doesn't have to be alcohol. I'm gonna say this now because I might mention drinking quite a bit in this video. Drink responsibly, everybody. Be responsible. So when I get ready, I'll have a glass of something. It would probably be a glass of wine, maybe a glass of wine, or a like one of those pre-mixed cocktail things, because I don't really go out a lot. Like, I've only been clubbing five times I've been clubbing. So yeah, I don't drink a lot. But yeah, when I go out, well, when I'm getting ready to go out, I like to have a drink, and then I like to have like something easy breezy on Netflix to watch, something like Friends or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is maybe a lesser known American TV show. It's on Netflix. Please, if you have not seen it, please watch it because it's hilarious and it's great. And it's light-hearted as well, so it's easy to sit and watch. I don't really want to get ready to something that's really like, I don't know, dampening, or a really like confusing film that you have to sit and completely be focused to understand. Getting ready is meant to be fun. It's not meant to be like revision. So that's what I recommend. Next, once I'm ready, I'll usually have, depends who I'm going out with, we'll usually have like drinks in the kitchen, or like, or we'll get takeaway and we'll eat together, and we'll just make sure that we're all like ready and comfortable to go out. Then there's like actually getting to said club or bar or pub, wherever you're going. I strongly recommend that you all travel together. Don't end up like, I don't know, don't end up like ordering a cab that's not going to fit everybody into. Please make sure that you stay together, because once you get into a club, it can be very overwhelming and difficult to find people. I remember I went clubbing with one of my friends on my course, and we were meeting some of her friends in the club, and it took us about 10-15 minutes to actually figure out where they were. So I would definitely recommend staying together. If you're meeting people there, make sure that they're getting there safely as well, because by the time you're going to a club, it's usually... I've never actually been to a club earlier than 10:30, I would say, 10:30. We'll order a cab at like 10:15 and then get there for about 10:30. But then sometimes I've not got to a club till like 11:15, 11:30, 11:45, and then end up staying till like 3 in the morning. I think that's the latest. About 3:30, 4:45 in the morning, I think, is the latest I've stayed at a club. But yeah, I can't stress this enough. Please go with a group of people, and go with like a licensed taxi service, like a taxi service you've seen around, or get an Uber. Ubers are fine. I've never had a problem with an Uber, so that is what I recommend. Travel in groups, and don't split up unless you know exactly where they are in the club, and don't split up yourself and the rest of the group. Do not walk around in a club on your own, because it is, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying that it's very, very overwhelming and it's not a particularly fun experience. I have my like notebook. I've planned videos for the next few weeks, so I'm like reading off of what I've written down. So, when you actually get to a club, when you're like about to walk in, they're going to ask you for your ID. So, passport, driving license, any form of ID that has both your photo and your date of birth. And then sometimes they'll even ask, as well as a photo ID, they'll ask to see like a debit card or a credit card. So if they don't think you look like your picture, they want to check your name again. So they're gonna like ask for a credit card or something like that. So definitely carry them with you. But I do recommend, if you're going to a club and if you've got like one of those contactless bank cards, please take cash with you, because if you don't, you're going to end up just like tapping away and buying as many drinks as you want, and you won't realise how much you've actually spent until you like maybe check your bank account the next day, and it can come as quite a shock. So this is why I've never done this. I've always taken like cash to a club. I only take between 20 and 30 quid, and then after maybe 2 a.m. I'll then stop drinking completely. I'll just like stick to lemonade or whatever. I have a very like weird, I don't really know what to call it. I don't like being out somewhere where I know that I have to sort of almost make my own way home, or if I know that I'm being dropped off somewhere, like even if it is like halfway down the road from my accommodation, I still know that I have to get myself back up and into my room. So I don't like the idea of being completely rolling drunk. I don't like the idea of it. And it's not fun, particularly being drunk. I've only been really drunk like once or twice, and you just kind of go blank. There was a point that I hadn't remembered the last 5 minutes of conversation, and that's not, I don't know, I just don't think, it wasn't fun for me, and I don't know, it's just not a very fun experience. So I don't like getting ridiculously drunk. I just don't think it's very fun whatsoever. And you don't need to drink to have fun. You can go to clubs and get like lemonade, you can get whatever. I just realised my bra strap is like, there we go. You don't have to go to a club to drink. You don't. You really don't. You're there to have fun, you're not there to get drunk. Some people are, and you just sort of want to avoid them. You can tell which kind of people they are. Second you get in, you'll see them. Like, they'll all be in a group, they'll be doing like loads and loads of shots, and it just gets a bit out of hand. So just stay away from them, it's fine. Once you're actually in a club, depending on how busy it is, it can be very difficult to move around. This is why I'm saying like stay in your groups. Yeah, it can get very, very claustrophobic, and if that's not your kind of thing, then you can just sort of stay on the edge of the dance floor, that's absolutely fine. But if you're trying to get from one side of the room to the other to like get to the toilet or move to a different room or whatever, getting through a massive amount of people is very, very claustrophobic, and there's always someone pushing you from like one direction. Even if it's like from in front of you, they're going to be pushing you back because they're not going to move to let you through. That's the reality. It is kind of, yeah, it gets like that in clubs. That is just unfortunately what it's like. People have a bit too much to drink, or they get very like protective of their own area that they've got, that they're with their friends, and they don't want anyone like barging in or anything. But if you have to get to the other side of the room, or if you have to step outside, then you just need to do it. You're probably not going to ever see those people again, so just go through the crowd. It's fine. Everyone does it. It's fine. Getting drinks. When you get drinks at a club, they'll usually give you the bottle. I don't think I've actually ever been to a club where they've given me a can, but you usually get like the bottle, and sometimes there'll be plastic bottles that are just made to look like the glass ones, because obviously they don't want people to smash them and like use them, I don't know, as a weapon or something, which has happened once when I was at a club, and you just stay away from it. Just stay completely away from it. Plus there's always loads of security anyway, so it wasn't really a problem for us, but to know that it had happened was a little bit like, right, okay, let's just step away from a moment. So yeah, it will usually be in a plastic bottle, or they'll give you a plastic cup, you know, either or. I see this makes clubbing sound like a very negative experience, and it's not, so long as you stay safe and you stay with your group. Do not put your drink down. Don't do it. I do know someone that had their drink spiked and they woke up in hospital not knowing what happened because they put their drink down for 2 seconds, turned around, and then obviously drank it again, and they weren't even drunk, they just were drugged. I don't know what it was. I don't really know the full story. I just know that this person woke up in hospital. So keep your hand on your drink the whole time. If it's a bottle, this is kind of like a weird little hack that I always do. But if it's a bottle, then I'll hold the neck of the bottle and put my thumb over the top. This sounds like a public service announcement or something, but I'm just giving you general advice. This is what I do in clubs, and I've never been affected in a club whatsoever, so I'm obviously doing something right. But I put my hand over my drink. If I've got a cup, then usually I'll drink it quite quickly if it's from a cup. But if it's in a cup, it's usually like Coke or something, and I just keep it with me. Just don't put your drink down. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Then there's getting home. Getting home, it depends what time you're going home. There's always going to be taxis and stuff around. There's always going to be taxis. There's always going to be Ubers, like, just around. And sometimes, so long as you're walking along a main road and you've got someone with you, it's nice to walk. It's nice to get that fresh air, because clubs are very claustrophobic and hot. So I always find it's actually quite nice to have a little bit of a walk home. Even if it's like at 2:30 in the morning, so long as you're with a group of people, I haven't run into any problems. So walking's nice. Walking is nice. But then, yeah, getting a taxi or an Uber is easy enough. Loads of people are obviously going to do it. Make sure you have everything. Check your bag, make sure you have your phone and whatever you've brought with you. I usually wear a bum bag when I go clubbing, so I haven't got something that's gonna like be over me the whole time, or something that I've got to constantly check is there. It's right there in front of me. I have 2 free hands if I need to get somewhere or just whatever. So yeah, make sure you're going home again with a group. One time when I went out with my friend from my course, she actually, with her boyfriend, took me home in the Uber that she'd ordered, then added to that journey and took herself to McDonald's and then took herself home as well. So I was obviously very lucky to be with that friend in that situation, because I know sometimes it's not like that and it can be very difficult and like a bit nerve-wracking to just get in a cab and go home on your own. I literally did that once and it wasn't even that late. But yeah, just be careful, people. Yeah, so I was very lucky to be with that friend at that time. So yeah, we went home, she dropped me back, and she saw me walk into my accommodation, but she still wanted me to text her when I was back in my room. So obviously just let your friends know that you're okay and ask them to do the same thing. I know this is very like I'm parenting a little bit, but this whole video is so that you can stay safe and enjoy yourself and have a good time. When you get home from a club, if you are drunk, don't cook anything. Don't go and start cooking, because you might fall asleep, like either in your room or in the kitchen, and that is how most 3 a.m. fire alarms start, from people drunk cooking, because they just burn stuff because they forget and then they end up falling asleep, and that is just how most things go when it comes to drunk cooking. So either order a takeaway, or I usually have a lot of snacks. I kind of like, if I know what I'm going to be drinking, if I know that like if I want to drink cider, then I know that I'm going to want like some salted crisps or something, just to like get me ready for bed. Like I feel like I need to eat something before I go to bed, so I'll always have something. I'm looking at my packet of salted popcorn or onion rings. These were just sort of on my desk. I've just literally got back from coming home from being home for the weekend, so I have kind of like a mess everywhere. But yeah, don't cook, just be sensible. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this isn't too like in your face and makes you worried about going clubbing. Don't be worried about going clubbing, as long as you're with friends and you have a good time and you're safe. That's all that matters. I will see you on Wednesday, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day/week. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye everyone!